Hello, friends. Welcome into the Eric Zane Show podcast, a daily show where I discuss news, nonsense, and my personal adventures from right here in the Impact Power Sports Studio. Impact Power Sports in Rockford, Michigan. You can find them at impactpowersportsmi.com. How about a Yamaha golf cart at Impact Power Sports? Maybe you want to rip up the trails in a nice side-by-side, motorcycle, e-bike, scooter, go-kart. They have it all at Impact Power Sports. They'll even sell you a lawnmower. Anything like that, they sell it, and they can service it too if you have problems with your existing gear or you need maybe an upgrade. The service department is ready for you at Impact Power Sports. Please mention me when you reach out to Impact Power Sports. And that holds true for all of the amazing partners that help make this free podcast a thing every single day for what will be 7 years in January. That's outstanding. It is the second longest continuous job that I have had. The longest continuous employment that I had was June of 04 to February of 16. That would be, wait a minute. If it's June of 04, so that would be just shy of 12 years, right? 04, 14. Yeah, that'd be 4 months shy of 12 years. 11 years, 8 months here at Grand Rapids radio station WGRD. Then my short little stint I did on the radio on WBBL, which I enjoyed that. We worked really hard on that. I enjoyed my time. I didn't really care for Julius because he was just a cocksucker off of the air. One of the biggest assholes you'd ever meet. I didn't really enjoy my time with him. A lot of people did like the show with him on it, but I don't know. I thought he kind of sucked. And but whatever. And then Ben Glaze, we hit it off. Ben, amazing, wonderful soul, and easily one of the worst broadcasters in the history of the industry. But in my opinion, hireable because he is so amazingly awesome and sweet to work with, despite the fact that we had that one horrible moment where we got in a fight on the air, and that was like the beginning of the end for us. Ben, I'd like to just say, just kidding, but no, you're probably the worst that has ever been near a microphone. I'm kidding. I am kidding. My God. You're perfect. I love you just the way you are. Thank you so much for being part of the show. Ben is working tirelessly because we have another amazing Big Fraud Wednesday show to get to today. Ben Glaze and myself team up for Who Are These Free Beers at 6 p.m. And then after that at 7 p.m., we have the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. The idea was floated by Alan. An idea was floated by Alan that I probably don't want to mention that right now, because if we were to be successful at it, I don't want to mention it here because I have less control over who's listening, you know? I know that's vague, but I'll probably talk about it in the Patreon, Alan, for what we talked about on Facebook Messenger. Chris says his longest tenure, it was 23 years, got let go last summer. Did you ever recover from that? I think you did. I think you told me you got a new job. Chris says, I think we know who the worst broadcaster in the history of broadcasting is. Well, there's a lot of bad ones. All right. So, as we get started, just a reminder, on Friday, We are getting together at Pinball Land in Rockford, Michigan. And if you want to hang out, this is all you need to do. Literally, if you're enjoying this show and you're like, yeah, I think I want to do something fun, we are going to meet at a place called the Corner Bar in Rockford, Michigan. Legendary spot. At 7:30 on Friday. We'll have a big-ass table. Everybody get together. Join me. And we hang out. We get a bite to eat. And then we walk a block and a half down the street to Pinball Land. And we will retro game, retro pinball to our heart's content. If you want to stay for an hour, you pay $9 and play all you want for that hour. If you stay for 2, it's $15. Hang out with me, play pinball, and it's kind of like our space because they close the doors at a certain point. But ours is kind of like a private event. Chris K says, "Oh yeah, I'm in a better place to work now, happier too, just bitter." Yeah, bitter's like my middle name. I love being bitter. I lay my head down every night, going over my Arya Stark list of who has wronged me, and I will one day take my revenge upon them. That is, to me, the best pastime. Some might say your prayers to baby Jesus. And I'm like, okay, that's great, but I would rather kick the ass of everybody on this list. Nick in Houston is here. He says, good morning from Texas. Hello to you, big guy. I got your email about that chick. I'm going to feature that story sometime today. She's an attorney general or an assistant attorney general from somewhere in the U.S. I forget. She's being an asshole on the street, and the cops show up to break up the party, and she's not listening when he says, okay, it's time to go home. And then bad things happen. And she drops, don't you know who I am? Now, if anybody could drop, don't you know who I am? I could see an assistant attorney general doing that to law enforcement. Trying to catch a break. I'll get to that story. Actually, I'll probably do it right now. Nick, you write, her friend flips out even worse at the end. It's great. I don't see that video. I see the initial one that is included in the story, but I'm not seeing like the one that you indicated. So I hate to make you do this. So maybe I should hold off on this story. If you could get, because the link that you provided only shows the arrest of Devin Flanagan, the 34-year-old special assistant attorney to the prosecutor in Rhode Island.
You want to chat?
Unless I'm missing something. I'll play it right here. Her friend gets out of cuffs and tries to run, if I read it right. All right, this is the moment that Devin Flanagan is arrested.
You want to chat?
I know that your protocol
Alright,
is...
So you're trespassed, so we got to leave now. Unless you want to be in
We're
handcuffs.
not trespassing. You haven't notified us that we're trespassing.
You
Number one.
what
Number
I
two.
just say to you? You're just being detained. You're just
Okay, she's resisting.
I'm an
Again, black guy, ass kicking. Black woman, ass kicking.
I'm an AG. I'm an AG.
Of an AG.
What do you... What do you...
What's wrong with you?
What
What's
do
wrong
you
with you?
probable cause to detain me for?
You're being detained because you're not leaving.
Because I'm
You're
what?
being detained because you're not leaving. Police responded to a restaurant late that night to investigate the report of an unwanted party. According to the arrest report, ABC News has reached out to Flanagan for comment, has not yet received a response.
Buddy, you're gonna regret this.
Buddy, you're going to regret this.
You're gonna regret it. I'm an agent.
Just slams the door on him. I'm an AG. He doesn't give a shit. Yeah, I need the rest of that video. In the body camera footage newly released to the Newport Police Department, Flanagan repeatedly asked the officer to turn off his body camera and reiterated during her detainment, I'm an AG. I want you to turn your body camera off, she tells an officer as he arrives at the scene on the sidewalk in front of the restaurant. Protocol is that you turn it off if a citizen requests it to turn it off. Now, I have no idea if she's right. She probably is. Nick has sent me the whole video. All right, there's a little bit more to this. Let's get into it. This is when the dude pulls up on the scene.
Protocol is that.
All right, here we go.
I want you to turn your body cam off. Protocol is that you turn it off if a citizen requests it to turn it off. She's a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
So they want you guys to leave.
Yes, we're gonna.
Let's just leave. Let's just make it easy, okay?
The friend goes, she's a lawyer. She's a lawyer.
We're gonna make it easy.
No, that's not.
I am. Okay. I'm her
That's
husband.
not the point. Can you look at me?
Yeah, we'll talk over here.
That one guy said, I'm her husband. So he's kind of just standing there, and I think he knows his role. She's the big swinging dick in the family. He's just like, oh, I'm her husband. I think he's saying that like, yep, she's mine.
Yes, we're gonna.
Let's just leave. Let's just make it easy,
We're gonna
okay?
leave. We're gonna make it easy.
No, that's not. That's not.
I am. Okay. I'm her
That's not
husband.
the point. Can you look at me?
Yeah, we'll talk over here, okay?
Your protocol is.
Can we all talk? Can we all talk?
We'll talk over here. They want you to leave.
Your protocol is. I
Can
know.
we talk?
Who is she to you?
What's that?
No,
Who is she to
nothing.
you?
Nothing.
She is our college friend.
Okay, so the AG, Big Mouth, who gets arrested, is friend of Dude in Brown. The other chick is the wife of Brown Suit Guy.
Okay. She's a friend.
Yes.
No, I'm not.
You guys just want to know? Do you want them trespass?
Okay, Mater D is like, yeah, they're making a fuss. Get them the fuck out.
Anything we can do. Trespass, yeah. I just need
Trespass, get him
yeah,
out.
please. It's the only way.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
So these two women are not listening. There is no way they're going to listen to anybody telling them that they have to leave.
Do we want to chat?
I know that your
All right.
protocol is.
So you're trespass, so we got to leave now. Unless you want.
All her body language, putting up her hand like that, all that woman-splaining she's doing, it's so demeaning.
We're not trespassing. You haven't notified us that we're trespassing.
What
Number one.
did
Number
I
two.
just say to you? You're
You're
trespass.
number
Let's go.
one. Number one.
I don't
Number
want to
two.
arrest you guys.
He says, you're trespassing. She says, we don't know that we're trespassing. You haven't informed us. He goes, what did I just say to you? I told you you're trespassing.
You're not going to arrest us. Number two
So let's
is
leave.
that
We got to go. We got to go.
protocol
You're not going to arrest us?
Let's go. Let's
the
go.
Calm down for
citizen
1
protocol
second.
is if we
Yeah.
ask you to
I
turn
don't
the
want.
body
I don't
cam
want to
off.
deal with this. Let's
Okay.
go.
No, no.
I understand you don't want to deal with it, but the
let's go.
protocol
Wait,
is,
wait,
and your
can you-
protocol
can
is
you
if I
relax?
ask you to turn off the body cam, you have to turn it off, and that's your protocol.
She's a fucking lawyer,
Oh, no.
so she knows.
Well, that's bullshit lawyer stuff, so that's not true. So we got to go.
No, it is. That's law.
I'm an
What's she
AG.
saying?
I'm an AG.
Good for you. I don't give a shit.
Good for you. I
let's
don't
go.
give a shit. This cop, I don't give a shit.
It is. That's law.
I'm an
What's she
AG.
saying?
They're two full-grown women and mothers. So, all right.
You're just being detained. You're just being detained.
I'm an AG. I'm an AG. I'm an AG. What do you?
What's wrong with you?
What
What's
do
wrong
you
with you?
probable cause to detain me for?
You're being detained because you're not leaving.
Because I'm what? You have
Can you relax? Sir, she's not doing anything wrong.
AG.
She's not leaving.
I'm an AG.
She's an AG. Buddy, you're not. She's not being
I'm an
arrested.
AG.
Let's go.
I'm not being arrested. You're putting me in cuffs. I'm not being
Okay,
arrested.
do you have any weapons on you?
No, I'm an AG.
Her badge is in the car. You want me to go get a badge?
Let me tell you something. You're
Buddy,
arresting.
get the hell out of here. Buddy, just seriously.
You're arresting an AG. Let me tell
Now somebody's screaming in the background. I think it's the other chick.
you something.
Are you under arrest right now? No.
You're putting me in handcuffs and you're Mirandizing. You're not Mirandizing me. Hold on.
Relax. Relax.
Buddy, you're gonna regret this.
Yeah.
You're gonna regret it. I'm an AG.
Right now, we had already seen that part. Now we're picking up stuff that we haven't yet seen. And if you are listening to the audio podcast, I apologize. I know this is long, but got all those people watching this. Click on the show notes, or there'll be a link to this complete video.
Take your hands off me.
We will get the
Take your
license.
fucking hands off me.
Okay, now she's really losing it.
The license.
She's getting detained.
No.
No.
Get
Get the
out of here.
license.
Get out of here. Get back. Get back right now. Get back.
detained.
No, I freaking. No.
Get back.
Lady.
Your cuffs.
Yep. Right here. Right here.
This is
Okay.
All right, just go from the
Right
car.
here. No. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Get back.
Come on.
Oh,
babe.
wait, did she slip out the cuffs? She did slip out the cuffs.
It's okay.
All right, just go from the
Right
car.
here. No. I'm right here. I'm right here. I'm right here.
Get back.
They had him on her very loose.
Come on, babe.
She thinks she's something.
Stop touching me.
All right.
Babe, I'm right here.
No,
right
babe,
here.
babe, please, I'm scared.
I'm right here.
Please touch me.
I'm
Please
right
touch me.
here.
No, I'm not gonna find those. I'm after.
I'm right here.
No.
Okay.
No, please don't do this to my friend.
I'm right here.
No,
Right
no,
here.
no, babe. Babe.
I'm right here.
Babe.
I'm right here.
No, babe.
Relax. Relax. Relax.
No,
Relax.
What's wrong with you?
Relax.
We don't want to put you in handcuffs. Let's go. Let's go.
No, babe, babe.
Listen, you're overreacting.
You're adding charges.
overreacting.
No.
Blown away at this behavior.
Please take my hands out.
By the way, those cops need a goddamn key fob on these cars.
No, please take them.
You were overreacting. You didn't have to have this happen. Get in the car.
No, no, no! Babe, no!
I got you, Jay.
I'm right here.
Get in the
No!
car. Just put her in.
No!
Get back. Get back, bro.
In the car. Get in the car.
Get your feet in the car.
I'm right here. I'm right here.
Get your feet in the car.
Get your feet in the fucking car.
Dan!
Hey, I'm right here.
Wow. Yeah, they need to beat her. They need to tase her. Or
Get
something.
your feet in the car.
Who the fuck are...
Get
Don't
your
touch
feet
me!
in the
Kicking the
car.
cop.
You're a grown adult. You're acting like a kid.
These are felony charges.
Dan!
Babe,
Dan!
I'm right here.
No! Who the fuck are you? This is so inappropriate! You're
Yeah, these
inappropriate!
cops are giving her way too much wiggle room.
Reacting!
Yeah, they can. They could have struck her, or tased her easily. That would have been well within their right.
So, they wanted him to trespass. And they were just throwing a fucking fit. Trevor, we've got you to take.
Okay, I have no respect for the law enforcement here, and the reason why is because they didn't beat the shit out of her, like they should have. They should have just annihilated her. I made that comment earlier that if this were a black person, she'd be fucked up. And Becca Shea makes the same comment. David agrees. Jeez. Bob says not a proper body cam video without a screaming woman. Nick adds, I like how they just slammed the door repeatedly on her legs. Cole says her husband should go home and enjoy a night without her. Wow. Chris adds, wait, did you just say you're an AG? Slams door. Luke says, what does she do for work? Yeah, I wonder. And, boy, I think that this could result in, I can't wait to hear more about this. When we find out what is involved with the punishment on this deal. And then second chick was much worse than first chick, but they're both acting like idiots. Let's see. Flanagan and her friend were arrested for willful trespass, a misdemeanor. According to the arrest report, her friend was additionally arrested for disorderly conduct and resisting arrest. I guess only misdemeanors. She could have been given a charge of assaulting a police officer, too. She lucked out. Again, benefiting because they're white chicks. ABC News reached out to Flanagan for comment, the AG, but as not assistant AG, but has not yet received a response. She is assigned to the Criminal Division's Appellate Unit, according to Rhode Island Attorney General Peter Nerona's office. She's been with the office for approximately 7 years. The Attorney General office said it, quote, immediately began a review of the incident upon learning of Flanagan's arrest. At this time, we are unable to comment further on this matter as it relates to personnel issues. According to Newport Police Department's body camera policies, situations where an officer may stop recording include requests from victims or witnesses. The policy notes that consent to record is not required, though. Let me read that again. According to the Newport Police Department's body camera policies, situations where an officer may stop recording include requests from victims or witnesses. Well, they're not victims, nor are they witnesses. Those are perpetrators. I think that's pretty clear. Outstanding work. Murder lover Linda says early nomination for asshole of the day, without a doubt. Black Belt Nick says, so like all attorneys, misspeaking the rules. And Nick agreed with that. He says, yeah, so her being the perp means she cannot request. And I also like how he didn't even bother correcting her. He knows the law. He doesn't have to explain anything to her. What an entitled piece of shit. Linda says early nominee for asshole of the day. Okay. Also, by the way, we have day 2 right now. Today is day 2 of me being in the murky water of possibly the students in the Aquinas College broadcasting and podcast class of checking out this show. It's an entirely different possibility, something that I try not to think about too much. I even indicated to these people when I was to these young people when I was teaching the class, I go, yeah, take it with a grain of salt. What happens on that show is different than what happens here in this classroom. What I say on that show, I would never dream of saying in here or out in public. No one would. And that is the only way that this show works. If I speak on that show like I am in this classroom, nobody pays attention. It would be a horrible show. So it's all based on the scenario. I am a damn chameleon when it comes to my surroundings. Like out in the wild at Pinball Land, I'm not going to behave at Pinball Land the way I behave on this show. Aaron with a great question. Anybody on here, and he writes, going to audit the class? I think it's a great question, but I don't know if it's written the way you want it to be. Anybody on here going to audit the class? What does that mean? Isn't an audit like a review? And how would anybody on here going to audit the class? Maybe a little clarification. We sometimes get that from time to time with Aram, where he'll write something down and I require further information to be able to decipher. Okay. Aram says, no. They can sit in on the class for free. Nick says it means take a class without being a student full time. Yeah, I don't know how that works. And I am not going to lead you to any possibility or information of that. So if I knew that was a thing, I would not talk to you about that. That gets kind of to like a Pellerito level of existence, I think. Again, it's not a great idea to cross-pollinate these worlds. I learned that long ago. So if any of you audience members showed up in that type of fashion, it would be so strange to me. And I don't know if I could tolerate that. I wouldn't like that. Tyler says, yeah, a couple listeners can sit in and do a review show. Who are these Professor Zanes? Right. That would, excuse me, that would be rough. But so if there are any of the students that are in the class that are listening to this, if you want to do something fun instead of sitting around taking Molly or whatever the hell it is you do, join me at Pinball Land on Friday for our adventure with us audience members. You would definitely be the youngest people there, unless if Adam Balboa brings his kid again. But if you want to hang out with a bunch of old people playing retro video games and pinball, you can join us at the Corner Bar in Rockford, Michigan at 7:30 on Friday. Very, very busy week in the Eric Zane Show podcast household, because Friday we have Pinball Land. Saturday, I am at the racetrack at Berlin Raceway, and I want you to be there too. It is the very first edition of Eric Zane Uninformed Track Announcer with Jeff Striegel. Jeff Striegel is the general manager of Berlin Raceway, and up until this year was the voice of NASCAR on the radio. He stepped away to run the track more efficiently. He's outstanding broadcast talent, terrific. And I don't know anything about racing. So Jeff is going to be there, and I'm going to grab the mic, and I'm going to be the uninformed track announcer. That will be our bit. That will be so much fun at Berlin Raceway. The thing about track announcing, what you have to consider is that when the cars come around the front stretch, there's so much noise from the cars on the half-mile tri-oval, I guess it is. Nobody can hear what you're saying. So if you're going to say anything, you're going to have to do it when the cars are on the backstretch. So I will be doing that. If you want to go to that, you can sit with me while the races are going on. At some point, I get up, go into the press box, which is outdoors, and do my uninformed track announcing, and then come back and sit down with you. So that'll be part of your fun-filled weekend with EZ as well. Get your tickets for just $15 up until 11:59 p.m. Friday. So get your tickets, sit with me, enjoy Uninformed Track Announcer. It's a full-on Eric Zane weekend, Friday, Saturday. Sunday, I just got word of this. This just came down. We have a family adventure where we are going to a business or facility where you walk in, you pay some money, and then after you do that, you walk into a room and they open the doors. And you know what runs in? Some of you are going to squeal when you hear this. Baby otters. Those might be the cutest animals in existence. You sit down and you're mauled with cuteness by baby otters. Jacqueline found it. And I'm like, what? And I'm like, yes. Hold on a second. Stand by, ... We might be able to work something out. I'll reach out after the free podcast. Sir Bob says, is the NFK going to? Alan, I just sent you a message on Messenger. Is the NFK going to give the otters a double birds and drop N-bombs? Yeah, no. Thank God, no. Yeah, there is a place where you can do this, and even better, you have choices too. Not only can you hang out with the otters, which is what we are going to do. This place, which is north of Rothbury, Michigan. So that's an hour away. And Jacqueline says, which adventure can we do? You can do the Capybara experience, which is 20 to 30-minute experience. 4-person max. Those capybaras are adorable, too. You can vie for the sloth experience. The zookeeper experience. So you get 10 to 15 minutes with capybaras, lemurs, and kangaroos. You're just hanging out with these animals. And then the Otter and Friends experience. 40-minute experience, 15 to 20 minutes with Asian small-clawed otters, and 15 to 20 minutes with black and white ruffed lemurs. Oh, I can't go. It says Crocs are not allowed as they pose a safety risk. No, I'll be there. This would be like bucket list type of thing for me. I am not kidding you. Let's see. Alan says they are cute until you find out they are necrophiliacs. Yeah, I don't know about that, and perhaps you do know that information. Maybe that's true. Maybe that's not. I don't care. If they are necrophiliacs, I'm all about it. Stand by. Excuse me. Cole says, do you bring your own club or do they give you one? Suggesting that you would injure the animals. Well, you know, only an idiot MAGA scum like you would suggest something so horrible. Nick says, are all the animals all doped up like Tiger King? I don't know. I don't think so. I certainly would think that would not be the case. I don't think there's any doping up. Becca Shea says, what is the place called? This is known as Lewis Adventures Farm and Zoo in the community of New Era, Michigan. Why don't we take a look? Do your own research. Lewis Farm and Zoo. Why am I just hearing about this now? I think that's it. I mean, this sounds awesome. Okay, first one's free. And by the way, they close September 1. Okay, you can do all this fun shit. There's the otters there. You can do that. You can do this. You can have a play in the wave pool or whatever the fuck that is. You can go down a giant slide. Zoo. 46 plus attractions. Good eats. Okay, they should charge a minimum of $100. Okay, $25.95 per ticket. Worth it, in my opinion. All right, so that's a general admission. Now, I don't know. Perhaps that might mean you can also pay extra for those experiences that I was telling you about, and I still would do it. Check out our attractions, animal encounters, and farm map. Yeah, you got to upgrade on that. So if you upgrade, like I said, $25.95 and then $63 plus $63.95. So you're in the neighborhood of $100 per. Worth it. I'd do it. Yeah, that's expensive, but look at this chick is right here sitting next to a kangaroo feeding it. This boy and this girl are talking to the capybaras. Money well spent. Joe Martinez says, I'll be there on Sunday. Is it illegal immigrant day at Lewis Farms? Wow. He says, I've been going there for about 4 years. Megan says, we love Lewis Family Farms. And Joe indicates he's having his granddaughter's birthday there. All right, so if any of you want to call ICE and tell them to head up to Lewis Family Farms to make sure that everybody's... Joe Martinez, it would be something if he's walking around trying to molest a capybara and they're like, give me your papers. Let's see your papers. No, truth be told, Joe was born in Texas, which I think Trump still wants people to be pulled out of the country, even if they were born in the United States. You know, that whole birthright thing, isn't that a thing he's been exploring, trying to make it so that even if you're born in the United States, you can get deported? Amy is here. She says, I've done an otter petting thing. They are really cool, but very musky, and they might pee on you. We had to wear heavy aprons, but still worth it. What does they're very musky mean? I mean, they smell like cologne? Is that, I don't get it. Musky? They're very musky. She says they smell musky. I don't know the descriptor. Is there, like, if someone said, hey, that smells burnt, I know what that smells like, but I don't know. I mean, what does it smells musky mean? Clown of Carnage, Black Belt Nick says, a dirty smell. Aram says, did Eric forget how words work? Rebecca says, pungent. Amy says, not a bad smell, just a strong smell. Alan says, they smell like shit. Tyler says, do you mean musty? Bob said, okay, best descriptor yet. Like wet dog, but stronger. All right, well, have you smelled them? I think you might have. Amy says, not like shit, LOL. Have you ever smelled a ferret? No. All right, well, I think we're kind of honing in on the odor, but for the record, I don't think I have ever heard anyone describe an odor smelling musky. I think a muskie is a goddamn fish. So, and I would bet, venture to guess that Amy right now is laughing at the turn that this has taken. So you got a lot of things there. You got people trying to help me. And then Aram's just turned on his cock machine with his snark cannon. Did Eric forget how words work? Oh, yeah, sure, asshole. Tell me what musky smells like then. Megan says, I know exactly what musky sounds, or what musky sounds like. Okay. Tyler says, what a discussion. If you were to attach something tangible to the word musky, like sexy voice Andrea's twat, I might be able to get more of an idea. Or any of the former Zaniac audience members' breath or body odor. Amy's laughing because Megan can hear smells. I know exactly what musky sounds like. What is going on here with these people? Bob says cologne can be described as musk or musky. No, it can't. Because musk cologne, I know exactly what musk cologne smells like because my dad used to wear it. There's a great cologne. When I say great, it's shitty, called Chaz. Hey, Dad, what's that? Hey, Dad, what's that smell? That's my Chaz guy. Okay. But it doesn't smell like a really strong, wet dog. So can we omit from this discussion that cologne that smells like musk can be described as musky? Because if the goddamn animal smells musky, that means the animal smells like Chaz cologne. Assholes. So that's bullshit. Francis is here. Newly acquired audience member with Malibu Musk was the cheap teenager perfume of choice in the 90s. Those otters must smell so beachy and fun. Yeah. I'm just questioning the usage of that fucking term. They don't smell muskies. Musky. Whatever the hell you said. Alan suggests that Megan is going to have a panic attack over this discussion, which will lead to a 3 a.m. knock on the door of your old pal EZ. For sure. It'll be like, yeah, hey, what's up? Oh, hey. Yeah, little oopsie. I'm worried that people are going to think I sound dumb. And then they're going to connect that Irvine's is related to me, and they're gonna not want to get their cars fixed with us because of what I said. Can you not go back to bed and edit that one portion out of that podcast 8 days ago? What? Bob says musty means strong, dirty, wet dog. Musky, strong, pungent smell. Right, but musky does not indicate whether or not that's bad or good. Megan adds, I meant to say I know exactly what musky smells like, not sounds like. All right. Tyler says, I'm looking forward to EZ's report on the odor Monday. Black Belt Nick says, I didn't even realize it said musky. I just heard musty. Musty I can work with. Musky I cannot. All right. Anyway, dumbasses. That is in the cards now for Sunday. And you know what? You're seeing the price tag, $63.95 plus the $25 to get in there, plus all the other expenses. You're looking at $100 plus per, and they smell musty, and they pee on you. I don't care. I would let them shit on me, 2 girls, 1 cup style, as long as I can play with an otter. That's outstanding. I might do all of those encounters. The capybaras look amazing. I think those are large rodents, the capybara. And then the sloths. Those are fun. I love sloths. Tyler says, I'm sure they asked for a tip for the otters as well. Take my money. I don't care. And then after going there, I will be on the lookout for whoever runs the show. Because this would be, in my opinion, an ideal sponsor for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Alan points out that the definition of the word musky will be on the FBHW report tomorrow, no doubt. Megan adds, can you please take pics of the baby otter hands for me? And by the way, they close September 1 for the season, so it's just a spring-summer deal. I don't know what they do with the animals after. They just kind of take care of them, whatever, nurse them, raise new ones. To me, this is a license to print money. I'm guessing they do not need any marketing. All right. So I'm excited about that. And I will have a full report on the odor of these creatures, plus video that I will include when we discuss this on a Monday edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast. Matt makes up some fairy tale that they euthanize the animals and get new ones every year. All right, that's ridiculous. And I cannot, that's just a stupid comment. That's what that is. All right. So otter petting, wanted to talk about that. I got the students hoping that they are listening. Well, I don't hope that the students are listening, but if they are listening, welcome. And let's play some pinball. It is a Big Fraud Wednesday today. 6 p.m. start. And after that, the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I'm all prepared. I've got my content ready to go that I have curated for another rip-roaring edition of Who Are These Free Beers. Included in my clips is another example of Steve's echo effect. Again, I talked about this yesterday. When the amount of material that I actually review in a week is maybe 15% of what actually happens during the entirety of the week. I just don't have the time to cover it all. But the Steve echo effect is on display again. This is the latest, not counting the one that I will feature on today's edition of Who Are These Free Beers, available on Patreon at patreon.com/Eric Zane.
That must make banking hard.
That must make banking difficult.
Direx or whatever it is.
Direx.
Race you to dead man's curve.
Yeah. Dead
Because
man's
people
curve.
die. They'll say, I'll give it a goog.
Give it a goog.
I'll pee in that cup.
I'll pee in that cup.
Is that why you call me Mrem all the time?
Just ask Toggy.
You dipstick.
Yeah, you dipstick.
Yep.
They call French fries palm frites.
The sound of those 10-disc CD changers in
Yeah.
the trunk.
In the trunk.
I'm a video game dog.
I'm a video game dog.
Max Joe Steel is back.
Max Joe Steel.
Wait to
Your
use
hair
that
has a
someday.
Shitty face cut.
When he finishes up, I say, face cut. I cut that off. My apologies. All right, so I have another example of Steve's echo effect. And a lot more. I have 17 clips to review. I'm sure Ben will have somewhere in that neighborhood, too. for another edition of Who Are These Free Beers at 6 p.m. Today. And I have a further update about our Who Are These Free Beers show. It was an idea that was given to me from audience member Alan. And at first, the idea of it, I kind of shot it down. But I'm starting to think that there might be some potential to what you're suggesting, Alan. And I'll talk to you a little bit later on after the podcast. And we'll see what we can come up with. As yesterday unfolded, it was an opportunity for me to go out and like I've wanted to do. I started to get back into running recently. Despite the arthritis, I said, you know what? I'm going down swinging. I'm going to try to start running again. And it had been going pretty well, and I started out just doing a run walk. And then that developed to not having to stop. And then going a little faster for a little bit, going a little slower for a little bit. And then I really started to put the hammer down for the last mile of my 3 miles that I would run. And I was feeling pretty good. I didn't really have any knee pain. And after each day's run, I would take a subsequent day off just to recover in case I start to have the arthritic pain start to rear its ugly head. I would, hopefully be able to quell that to some degree. And because it's just been killing me to see people running. I'm like, God, I really enjoyed that. I wish I could go do that again. So here I go. And then a couple weeks ago, I was doing just what I was describing to you, and then I heard a noise and felt this bizarre series of cracks and crumples and crunches in my left hip. And I have never really had a hip issue before, but my God, there it was. I'm like, fuck. And I had been feeling some discomfort in it leading up to it. And I speculated that it's because sometimes when I sit, I cross my left leg over my right knee. Not like a chick. You know how like sorry, O'Neill. You know, like a chick might sit like this. I sit like that. And then I can feel the strain on that hip. And, hey, buddy, I'm so sorry I ran over you there. I could feel that there was some type of discomfort there, but I ignored it and kind of stretched it out until that moment I was just describing to you. It was like, crack, crack, crack. I was like, what the fuck? Oh, my God. So I only had 50 yards left in that run. I limped my ass home. And I was in great pain the rest of the night. And then I started the recovery. And that lasted about 1 week. And then last week, Thursday, I'm like, it seems to have plateaued on the recovery. Like, it still is bothering me, but it's not getting 100% fixed. So I did what I do, and I said, fuck it. I'm going running. So last week, I went running, and every step of that, I talked about this with you, was ridiculously uncomfortable. It wasn't so bad that I stopped, but it was unpleasant. But I made it. And I got done, and I could sense right away that this was going to be a bad recovery. The rest of the night, and then Pooh Bear's like, I'm not even going to show any sympathy for you because I told you not to run, and now you're feeling it, so maybe you should learn something. And I'm like, yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. It was terrible. That night, barely slept. Discomfort. The next day, equally bad. But the day after, Saturday, the pain went from like 8, I shouldn't say that, 6 to a 1. What the fuck happened? And I stopped walking with a limp, able to take steps. Rather quickly it unfolded. I'm like, huh. So I've been laying low and testing it here and there. And I said to Pooh Bear, I go, my only thing I think I can chalk this up to is that I had to kind of get out there and, I don't know, mix everything up in the hip, or I don't know, maybe bust up some scar tissue or something like that. And then that would hasten the recovery because I was shocked at how quickly it turned around after last week. So yesterday I'm like, fuck it, I'm going back out. And I did. And it was fucking flawless. Very little discomfort, if at all. What was every step, it was painful last week. Yesterday, every step, even my last step, wasn't as bad as any of the steps the previous week. So my left hip is, receiving the impact of every step that I take in the run. But it was okay. And then I got into the gas and accelerated on the last half mile, or last mile was tough, and really tested it. I get done and I feel great. Everything's fine. I go, I'm not even going to take any Tylenol. Then I laid down. Now, I'm not going to tell you that it was a bad decision, nor was it debilitating, where I was like moaning and groaning in pain. But it was just enough pain, just enough discomfort that I couldn't sleep. So it got to be about 1 a.m. And I went and popped a couple of Tylenols, the kind that help you sleep, Tylenol PM. And that worked. But I think I'm going on about maybe 4.5 hours of sleep. And I know you can't believe that because, A, how unbelievably handsome I look yet again, and how sharp I am while doing this show. I know. Can you imagine if I actually got the right amount of sleep? So, I don't know. I kind of feel like I'm going to crash as soon as the show is done or as soon as I stop focusing. But I still feel good. I mean, like right now, I don't have any pain whatsoever. And I don't know if I'm feeling the effects of the Tylenol still. But I actually, despite not sleeping, I feel like I have turned the corner. This is very, very big. All right. Audience members who are watching on Facebook or on YouTube, thanks so much. I appreciate it. But if you want the full show, it's on Twitch. Twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. That's what you do. If you're at your desktop or your laptop, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live. Or download the Twitch app on your mobile device and search Eric Zane Live, all one word. Give yourself a username when you follow the show or you or subscribe or whatever, and you can contribute to the chat and be part of this community where everybody kind of hangs out and becomes pals with each other. That's how it was for quite some time, and then we all met for the first pinball event. And everyone's like, oh, it's good to see faces with names. So if you want to be part of that community on the chat, which is kind of like my lifeline to communicating with you when I'm actually doing this show. So do that. Also, Patreon is a separate platform. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. That's where our Big Fraud Wednesday event will be going down tonight with Who Are These Free Beers, show number 66, and the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. I think show number 203, maybe 204. I don't know. So, yeah, that's all going on. You can sign up for a free trial at patreon.com/Eric Zane. Patreon.com/Eric Zane. 7 days free for you. You don't pay a dime. Cancel it before the 7 days, and we go our separate ways. If you let it ride, I'll charge you either $5 a month or $10 a month. $5 a month, all the audio. $10 a month, audio, video, live streams, Zooms when we get together for book club or the Ben and Eric show, and first crack at new material. All there for you. Francis, out of beautiful Baltimore, Maryland, writes, I'm loving how interactive the show is. Thank you. We've managed to stumble into this, and it seems to work. I'm glad that you are there in the chat, and you've quickly gotten up to speed on all of the things that we do. Francis is our newest member of the Eric Zane Show podcast, Big Fraud Book Club, and the book Martyr that we are reading. We will have our third book club, Big Fraud Book Club meetup on Zoom coming up next week. Let's go Tuesday. Tuesday the 26th. Try to be halfway done with the book Martyr. I don't think that's too much to ask. That is a book written by Kaveh Akbar, who is the head of literature at University of Iowa. He mostly writes poetry, but he wrote this fictitious story based on real events. And the main character is a guy named Cyrus from Iran. His mom got killed in the 1988 Iranian jetliner that went down because it was shot down by a missile from the USS Carl Vinson on its way to Dubai. And he's starting to think he should be a martyr. Black Belt Nick says the interaction makes the show so much fun. Thank you, buddy. I'm lucky to have all of you, frankly. Okay, I am going to take a break, and because the boys' room is calling. Stand by, and I will be back. All right. So there's a story that I saw on Wood TV 8, our TV station that a lot of people watch here in town. That there's a story going around where this one guy who's into kids, some creeper, he got busted by one of those vigilantes a couple years ago, kind of like To Catch a Predator with that one dude. I forgot his name. The older guy. He's from Michigan. To Catch a Predator, you know that song or that show. Have a seat right there, and these people are talking to Chris Hansen. That's it. People are talking to thinking that they're talking to a child. They're going to have sex with them, and they show up at the bait house. And then, hey, I'll be right back. The child says, and it's usually just a cop that looks young. In some cases, and then Chris Hansen comes out. Well, it's like that, and there's a lot of these local yokels who are doing that too on their own. So there's one local dude here, not that far from where we are right now. He's really into kids, and a couple years ago, he did that, and he got busted by this one particular vigilante. And then the vigilante called the Kent County Sheriff's Department, and the Kent County, but the sheriffs, they did not send off any of the information to the prosecutor. And his name's Chris Becker. And Becker said, "Well, I got a policy that I don't review vigilante cases." And now he's kind of backtracking on that. Long story short, the guy, the creep, never got busted for the first incident. So time passes, and then just the other day it happened again. He got busted again in another county nearby called Berry County. Now, that's a hard living line community, so they're probably just going to shoot him. But anyway, he's in trouble now, the guy. But Susan Samples, one of our favorite investigative reporter, does a story that highlights how scuzzy this guy is, and he actually engaged. Whenever he gets busted most recently, and he's like talking to the guy who busted him, and probably talking too much. So this story is to highlight him, and also to talk about this, how Kent County won't deal with vigilantes, or will they? Because now he's kind of, this Chris Becker is like, no, it's there's some miscommunication going on. But this guy could very easily have been busted, a couple years ago. He is the headline says, sex offender busted in sting, but not arrested, snagged again. Maureen says he must be a special kind of stupid to get caught doing this not once, but twice. Yeah, some of these guys, they just can't control
Go
it.
ahead and lean forward for me. Sure, no, stay down.
Hello. A convicted sex offender busted by a West Michigan YouTuber who sets up online stings.
But this alleged predator could have already been locked up nearly 2 years ago.
Target 8 investigator Susan Samples discovered in these cases, even registered sex offenders may go free and continue to prey on children.
This is the house. Not special.
This is the meetup where the so-called young person is talking to the predator. Predator does not have a hat on. So-called young person does have a hat on. This is the house. Nothing special.
How you doing? All right. Want to sit with me? Sure.
First, to get you up to speed, that's Joshua Gerald Young on the left, a 36-year-old registered sex offender from Grand Rapids.
How are you? How are you?
Who would later admit he had traveled to this Wayland area home a couple weeks ago to meet up with what he thought was a 15-year-old boy.
I don't know if I want to kiss just yet.
Okay, so you see Creep, starts playing with the so-called kid shirt. It's not a kid. It's actually a 21-year-old. just looks young. So-called kid has to say, yeah, I don't know if I want to kiss just yet.
The guy in the hat was actually 21, a decoy.
Wait a second.
I didn't realize this was another setup.
Do you know who I am?
He is Kai Kinsley, a YouTuber from Grand Rapids with more than 1 million followers. He and his crew, complete with armed security, videographers, decoys, bait houses, conduct online stings, earning income from ad revenue on YouTube and the monthly fees.
I like how they got this guy looks like a cop, but he's not. He's just a security guard.
Subscribers pay to access videos.
I mean, what do you have to say for yourself?
But I up again.
No plausible.
So Creep is like, yeah, he's actually engaging this guy.
Deniability from Joshua Young.
So you knew he was 15?
Yeah.
Not what you might expect from a sex offender.
And had I not been here tonight, you would have showered and cuddled and got naked with this 15-year-old boy. Is that correct?
Correct.
Fuck.
So I want to thank you for admitting that.
Young also admitted he sent explicit pictures before the meetup.
Oh, I just don't want to go to jail.
Well, you know, I'm not interested in that. Did you go to
This YouTuber, this guy is definitely not ready for prime time. I mean, he's sitting next to the sex offender who just tried to make out with a 15-year-old boy. And the sex offender looks less like a sex offender than the YouTuber. The YouTuber looks like he's into kid cock.
jail last time?
No.
Well, you know, I'm not interested in that. Did you go to jail last time?
No.
This is the video that we were talking about from a couple years ago.
Hi.
No.
That's the same Joshua Young in 2023, meeting up with what he thought was a 14-year-old girl in a Grand Rapids motel room.
How did he think she was 14?
Are you gonna get naked? You want to get naked?
Yeah, I can
Enter Kai Kinsley and crew.
Damn. What's going on, man?
Kinsley asked Young what if he had not shown up to break up the party.
I believe you would have laid down, cuddled, gotten a little bit further than that. Probably kiss, getting into it heavy. You know what I mean?
I don't know what you mean. I'm just trying to understand.
No, just like having sex.
Okay, so you came here to have sex with a girl you believe you're 14.
When she texted me, she said she was 14, so I know I'm probably gonna go to jail.
Joshua Gerald Young had been there before. He was 25 years old in 2014 when he pleaded guilty to criminal sexual conduct for touching an 8-year-old girl, an offense that landed him on the sex offender registry. Even more reason, Kinsley thought, that when he called the Kent County Sheriff's Office from the motel back in 2023, deputies would show up and arrest Joshua Young. But that's not what happened.
What's your name, sir?
Josh.
Josh?
Yes.
All right, you want to come outside and talk to me real quick?
Those Kent County officers did talk to Joshua Young in 2023, but he was never arrested. That would take 2 more years, another sting, and a different county, Barry. Kent County declined an on-camera interview for this story, but said it did have investigators and supervisors review that case in 2023, but they closed it down because Kent County prosecutor Chris Becker will not charge in citizen sting cases, a longstanding policy. He's busted in Kent County by
This is Becker.
By a citizen, not arrested, free to continue soliciting minors online.
It's hard for me to talk to because that case never made it to us. You know, it's troubling. Yeah, we don't want that to happen.
Got your keys?
The controversy over citizen stings is not new. This confrontation outside a West Michigan Target posted on the YouTube site Anxiety War prompted this declaration from Becker in 2019.
We're done. We're not doing this sort of prosecution. It's dangerous for him. It's dangerous for the public.
I know you have a gun. Don't do anything stupid. I'm armed too.
Michigan's Attorney General sent a strong message too, saying vigilantes will not be tolerated and they run the risk of tainting evidence for court.
So no cookies for you?
But 2 decades after To Catch a Predator debuted, so-called vigilante stings persist. And Becker, who confirmed his general policy against charging in citizen stings, noted he has made exceptions in egregious cases, filing charges last year against a Grand Rapids man who was snagged in a sting set up by Bikers Against Predators.
Oh, yeah, sure. Prosecute the brown guy.
That offender showed up to a park to meet what he thought was an 11-year-old girl. Wyoming police sent that case to Becker, and he charged it.
I've never said, hey, don't send them down here.
But Becker had never heard of the Joshua Young sting.
That I never said don't set him down here. So Becker's trying to have his cake and eat it too with, we don't prosecute vigilante cases. And then in the next breath, but I never said don't send them. Well, the sheriff's department from 2023 in this incident right here, they probably didn't arrest because they knew you won't prosecute. So that's all weird.
Yeah, I've never seen this.
You sent them some penis pictures too.
Young admitted to Kinsley that he had continued talking to kids online in the last 2 years, trying to set up meetings, sending explicit pictures. That's what prompted Kinsley's team to call Target 8.
To me, it's ridiculous that a registered sex offender can be called.
Kai Tinsley, this guy needs a makeover. If you're going to be in front of a camera, you gotta make yourself look presentable. You look homeless, you asshole.
By a citizen, and the registered sex offender can say, yes, I was here to have sex with another 14-year-old girl.
Boy, it looked like he got reconstructive surgery on one side of his face. And that one eyebrow is so much higher than the other one, I can't handle it.
Girl, as a registered sex offender, and it doesn't even make it to the prosecutor's desk.
Josh, go ahead and lean forward for me.
Kinsley, who's been busting predators since 2021, said it took a while to figure out which counties will file charges.
For example, Berry County, I've gotten 5 arrests there of the 5 pedophiles I caught there.
Good.
Berry County's prosecutor told Target 8 she could not comment on those cases, which are still open.
I think it's shocking that a guy like this dude, this vigilante, he can, with whatever things at his disposal, is able to get predators off of the street just on his own, a DIY predator hunter. Why aren't there task forces within local law enforcement doing the same exact thing? Maybe they are. I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something. But it seems like this guy's having a pretty strong run here of getting these bad guys off the street, and I don't see a problem with that. Who gives a shit?
But she made clear police should conduct online stings, not citizens. Kinsley acknowledges some online watchdogs do it solely to raise their own profile, but says that's not him, explaining he was 14 years old when he discovered child porn on an older relative's phone and turned him in, which prompted criminal charges. You're not just doing this for money. You're not doing this for...
Oh, no, of course not.
I think he should be investigated too, though. I mean... Who knows whether he's doing it for money or not? I don't care if he is or he isn't, if the result is what it is. But just by appearance alone, they should do a deep dive on this guy's hard drive.
I do it because I have a genuine passion for what I do.
The Kent County Sheriff's Office, which has a unit that does online stings itself, told me going forward, it will send all cases similar to Joshua Young's to the prosecutor for review and potential charges.
So at least now they'll send them along. Becker hadn't even seen the first one with the so-called 14-year-old girl.
Young, meanwhile, remains in the Berry County Jail for now. His defense attorney tells me he has met with his client, and at this early point, he has no concerns about his client's mental competency. I'm Target 8 investigator Susan Samples.
He's just stupid. My client is just stupid. Patrick is here. He writes, I don't give a shit why they do it. Just glad that they are. Yeah, that whole business of, well, something could go wrong. Well, okay, they know the risks. Who gives a shit? Patrick says he's doing it to take the attention off of himself. So, okay, so if we have a guy, if YouTuber is into kids, but he's, all right, let's say he gets 10 guys who are into kids off of the street, but so you 10 off, but he's still into kids, then you would have a net of 9 bad guys off the street. Rebecca says, bro needs a trip to King's Room Barbershop. Alan says, YouTuber 100% touches kids. Excuse me. Nick says there's a better channel where they don't call the cops. They just beat the shit out of them. Ooh. So can you send me that? I would love to see that. Why are you just telling me about that now? Why have I not already seen that? That sounds outstanding. Bob says asshole of the day today is going to be shared between a pedo and drunk see you next Tuesdays. I don't know why I abbreviated that. Maureen indicates in jail he will get lots of action. Rebecca says, I feel gross just watching this. Yeah, that's rough. So, yeah, if you're the cop, because some of these cops are involved, like a lot of times if bad guys are talking to a young person, they don't know it, but on the other end of the conversation is what they think is a child is a cop. To have to be doing that police work, that sounds horrible. But then again, probably rewarding knowing you got one on the line. My nieces, Amanda and Shannon, who operate that Ring True organization where they have victims of human trafficking work and earn a living. I know Maureen and Linda have purchased some of those jewelry products made by victims of trafficking. You're like, wait, what? Yeah, my nieces, Shannon and Amanda, where they live in the east side of the state, they have worked with various safe houses where women and children who are victims of trafficking are hiding in these safe houses from whatever. Guys who are using them for prostitution, shit like that. And so their anonymity is secured. But my nieces at Ring True hire these women while they're in hiding to hand make you jewelry. And it's a lot of like beads and things like that. Almost like a crafty vibe to it, but cute. People love it. And rings and various jewelries that are strung together and made by hand by these victims of human trafficking. So Maureen will go and she'll buy one of these, and the money, portion of that money, pays that woman who does it. So if she makes a bunch of bracelets, she's got a job, she's got an income, and she can do it as long as she likes. So the reason why I bring that up is because they're trying to, this is all part of that whole ghost task force, which is run by sexy Sheriff Swanson in Genesee County, who is the sheriff of Genesee County, who's also running for governor. And he also spends a lot of time on the exercise bike getting ripped and shooting thirst trap videos of him doing stupid line dancing in designer jeans. There is a slight degree of douchiness in Sheriff Swanson, sexy Sheriff Swanson. But I bring that up because Shannon and Amanda, my nieces, are pals with sexy Sheriff Swanson and pals with Chris Hansen, who lives there too. So they, for fun, get some fucking White Claws and they go into the bait houses, my nieces, with Chris Hansen and sexy Sheriff Swanson and they're in the other room watching what we just saw, and then they're there when the sheriff's department drops the hammer on them in the bait house. It's fucking sweet. Yeah, it's hard to not support sexy Sheriff Swanson in that endeavor. I mean, for that, I think it's awesome. I wouldn't vote for him for governor, though. Murder lover Linda says, future Governor Swanson, ladies need eye candy for 12 years. Maureen says, I need to befriend your nieces so I can go hang out with them. And sexy Sheriff Swanson and Chris Hansen. Man Bun Chris is here, and his first contribution that I've seen says, I was going to give up on my life, but his Peloton video saved me. Yeah, he's totally jacked, and he's there sweating his ass off, giving us pep talks while women masturbate. It's his sexy Sheriff Swanson Peloton sweat fest thirst trap videos. All right. I liked Swanson until he started doing those goddamn videos. I was like, I've seen enough. Man Bun Chris says, easy, I just sent you info on soccer dude. I feel bad now. Okay, so that must be one-legged soccer guy. Yesterday on the show, we featured one-legged soccer guy. And I'm not really a fan of these Make-A-Wish things. If the person who is doing the Make-A-Wish, run for a touchdown, kick a soccer goal, is in their own mind. You know, they're not like mentally impaired. That I can handle. But if you're not mentally impaired, and I don't think that this guy, Tommy Schweinitz, was mentally impaired. Maybe we're going to find out otherwise. He's missing a leg, and he crutches down the field and kicks the ball in. Nobody tries to stop him. The goalie just lets him score. And I don't like those things. I think that it's silly. Chris says, I have an update that makes him feel bad now because he's the one who pointed me in the right direction here for this whole takedown I did of Make-A-Wish soccer goal. So this video here is supposedly shedding some more light on it. It's the Minnesota something soccer team.
And now, a moment we've been really looking forward to. This young man is Tommy Schweinitz. He is a 17-year-old soccer player from Minnesota. Had some mystery knee pain last year. Went through x-rays, had a couple of misdiagnoses. It turns out it was Ewing's sarcoma, a rare and aggressive form of cancer that affects the bone and soft tissues. Tommy went through chemotherapy, eventually made the difficult decision to amputate his right leg from the knee down to stop the cancer from spreading. And as part of the Make-A-Wish Foundation, Tommy's wish, he and his parents are Minnesota United season ticket holders, huge fans. He wants to come and score a goal here at Allianz Field. On Friday, he got to sign a contract with the...
Okay, stop feeling bad. There is no way this is acceptable. The team is making a mistake when he says, yeah, hey, I want to score a goal on my Make-A-Wish. By the way, he's probably going to live to 100 now. I mean, he's got to be cancer-free, right? I hope. But if you're Minnesota, you got to say, well, no, we cannot let you score a goal. How about you try, and then we'll steal the ball from you. We're actually going to try. I wouldn't even have a problem if Minnesota said, we want you on the pitch to play as long as you can in the actual game. And you're probably going to get hammered. He's going to love that more than this bullshit. Letting him score. Okay. If they let him do like the coin toss or I don't know, escort the team or be the manager. But no, this is bullshit.
Team and train, and now he'll start this match with a ceremonial.
He's really good on those crutches, by the way.
Kickoff.
And I guess he's offside right here because he's, he's offside.
He goes down the other end to score on.
Look, these guys aren't even moving. I hate this.
Zach Steffen. Oluwaseyi plays him in. Schweinitz into the penalty area. Steffen standing his ground. Here's the cut.
Hey, the goalie's not standing his ground. They're acting.
And Schweinitz at the back post. Oh, it's a cheeky finish. Absolutely terrific. As Tommy Schweinitz with the celebration.
Moves quite well for a dude with one leg, probably because he's so young.
Beautiful, beautiful moment.
Well, this is absolutely wonderful. I love that he went for the little clip ball, the fancy finish.
Clit ball? Did she just say he went for the clit ball?
Well, this is absolutely wonderful. I love that he went for the little clip ball, the fancy finish there.
Said it's a move in soccer called the clit ball.
In that moment, but this is the moment that is really special for him, being able to celebrate with these Minnesota United players.
Tommy's parents, Liz and Gerd, in the stands.
Excuse me.
Family and friends in attendance as well.
Slow down. Been hopping around, idiot.
Well, I love this. You can see how much passion he has getting into the final third there. And he takes his time in this moment, getting that pass from Oluwaseyi. But this is the creativity I was talking about. If you're going to score a goal on Zach Steffen, you might as well make it worth it. And I love this from him. And then going off to celebrate right away with his teammates.
Oh, wow. How did
Tommy,
he do it?
very excited about his soccer
that?
future. Last month, he participated in a soccer amputee camp in Chicago.
Okay,
he plans to
that's good.
Continue playing and try out for the U.S. amputee soccer team, hopeful to make it for the Amputee World Cup in Costa Rica next year.
Yes. This is horrendous. Chris, how is it that you could feel bad about this? I am more hardened than ever. I am emboldened. Allen with the great point. Someone should have slide tackled his fucking crutches. Man Bun Chris says, can you imagine knee hurts after a run, next week leg gone? Chris adds, Toon Man would have disallowed the goal with the idea of how is that a difficult decision to amputate? Yeah, exactly. If you don't cut the leg off, you die. It's not a difficult decision. Chris adds, I don't know. It's MLS, man. Goalkeeper may have been trying. I guess they suck. Chris says it's clip shot. Clip. CLIP LOL. No, it's not. She said clit. Cole says, can't he get a Blade Runner style leg and be faster than normal? Yeah. Megan says the soccer goalie moved out of the way. Megan says he's not special. He's just missing a leg. Precisely. You know, if you have someone who's, like let's say it's a Down syndrome kid where it's, the elevator only goes so high. You're looking at a person who tops out their decision-making and childlike behaviors to a certain point. Most people who are Down syndrome have childlike demeanor. That I could see happening. Black Belt Nick says, yeah, this upsets me for the same reasons. I have a hard time with this at times during the special needs hockey games with certain players. It's fun for everyone in the moment. Thank you, Nick. I see all sides, says Man Bun Chris. Yeah, the special needs hockey where we were together, Nick. Yeah, some of those kids are, very competitive in that, and they're the what do you call it? The puzzle pieces aren't fitting together when it comes to, at some point, somebody's going to stop trying. I know that, and they can. So I'm assuming that the kids that are out there, they're not aware, and that's 100% appropriate. But if you're a guy who realizes, like if it's me, let's say I'm in that boat, Nick, and I am aware that they're not going to be trying, and I'm also have a mental issue. I'm going to kick so much ass in that game. All right? I'm going to do a dangle, and just a Michigan goal from behind the net. I'm going to be hitting people. I'm going to make people cry. That's how I'm going to roll. Man Bun Chris says, feel bad for the kid for his leg and for them letting him score and making a circus out of it. Right. You know what I think that kid, if the kid comes up to the team and says, yeah, I want to score a goal, I'm the team. I say, well, I got something even better for you. How about you help us manage the team on the sidelines? You give them a job. You become a regular with the team, and with your employment with us, which we actually can use your skills. You have 4 season tickets for life. He'd be like, oh, yeah, fuck this shit. Yeah, that sounds outstanding. So in my opinion, this is the team indicating that this is the least that they can do. That's them putting no effort into this, not getting creative in any way for one of these stupid fucking moments. That's a complete embarrassment by the team. They did the absolute least for this young man. So I say that another nominee for the Asshole of the Day award is Minnesota United for doing the very least for this young man. Clearly a horrible soccer organization. Not at all like our friends over at the Michigan Rangers. Let's think about it. If you want to talk about a warm and fuzzy, the NPSL team known as Geo's Lions. That's the team that the Rangers beat in the playoffs this year on their way to being in the Final Four of the NPSL tournament. Geo's Lions, in this community of the Chicago area where the team plays, you got a pretty densely populated area where a lot of support, especially the Latino community. The poor kid loves soccer. He loves the team. They weren't known as the Geo's Lions at the time, but he ran out in the road to chase a soccer ball, and he got greased. And, he did not survive. And the team changed the name of the team to Geo's Lions. What a thing. Now that is a creative, wonderful maneuver by them. What a showing that is. That I love. That's a good soccer story, but this is bullshit. And now they're fucked because everybody is going to bang on their door and want the same treatment. Hang on. Hello, I'm podcasting.
Oh, okay. Well, my day has ended, so I'm running to Meyerville real quick, and I'll be home to take my nap.
So the half the school day.
First day.
All right. You got a lot of work done on your first day. How were the students?
Mine was not that great.
Okay. You work closely with one particular young person.
Yes. Yeah, wasn't that great, but here we are.
Are you going to the pinball orgy on Friday?
This Friday?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Outstanding.
That sounds fun.
7:30 at the corner bar. And then afterwards, we go play pinball.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. And then racing.
Okay.
I have the racing on Saturday.
No. Okay.
And I'm going to be the track announcer for that one.
Oh. Well, if I can't sit with you then.
No, you can. I just get up at some point and go into the track. You can come up there with me and hang out.
Okay.
All
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right. I'll be home in a bit.
Okay,
I'm
bye.
going to go to bed because I have a headache.
Yeah, I didn't sleep well.
I know you didn't. But you don't listen to your wife,
What are you talking about?
right? You didn't sleep well because your hip hurt.
It was a little bit, but it's still a million times better. It is outstanding. I can't wait to run again.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
All right, bye.
Bye-bye. Megan says new schedules are hard in her room. Good luck, Diana. Like, she works with developmentally disabled children. So these are all those kids. If you gave them an opportunity to do that, what the Minnesota United team was all about, that would work. Okay, like we do the United or the Unity basketball games, which combines people in Diana's class with students that are not in the developmentally disabled descriptor, students that are quote unquote normal, and they play on the same team, and they do a game, and all the students come and cheer them on. And it's great. I participated in it every year, last 2 years. And I got in trouble because I made that crack, though, on the Patreon when I said, yeah, I was happy because no one took a shit in their hand. And then I got in big trouble from Pooh Bear because Derek D heard it. This is how this unfolded. I was seated next to one of the students. He was helping me do the announcing. My joke was, yeah, I just got back from that game. It went off flawlessly. I was happy. No one took a shit in their hand and ate it. That is what the joke was. And I didn't think another thing of it. Well, prior to that, I started talking about it. I was building up to that joke. And Derek D sent the link. And that was on the Patreon. He sent it to the kid that I was sitting next to's mom. And she goes, oh, good. Eric talked about it. Now, he hadn't gotten to the part when I dropped that joke. Now, the mom is really cool. Her name is Ashley. And so she took that link and sent it to Diana. So now 3 people have the material. Derek, Ashley, and Diana. Derek is not yet at the take a shit in your hand joke. Ashley says, play this for the students in the developmentally disabled class. Diana, Eric talked about it. Her son is Carter. Nice kid. He's helping me do the announcing. It's great. So now I'm minding my own business. Diana's going to play the clip in the class. Derek gets to that portion of the clip of the podcast and goes, uh-oh. Out of left field, EZ just dropped the old take a shit and eat it in their hand joke. So he immediately texts mom and says, yeah, I directed you to, EZ talks about this, taking a shit in hand and eating it. And she goes, oh my God, I just had Diana. She's going to play it in the classroom. Holy fuck. So she tells Diana, hey, don't play it in the, abort. And Unfortunately, Diana was not able to play that in the classroom, which would have made this story, which is a great story, 1,000,000 times greater. So Diana aborts. Now Derek's laughing. Ashley took it in stride, was not pissed at the take a shit in the hand and eat it joke. However, Pooh Bear is pissed. And I was at Bosco's, minding my own business, and I get a text. Did you announce something about taking a shit in a hand and eating it? I'm like, oh, fuck me. Busted. I go, I don't know. I'd have to go back and listen to it. You never know. She goes, well, I already listened to it, asshole. You are so dead. And I was like, oh, fuck. So that was bad. I mean, I felt like a fucking cock. And she goes, well, lucky for you, Ashley takes that shit in stride. She knows how much of an asshole you are. That's the good thing. So I was like, oh, boy, it's fucking terrible. But just the idea of that, can you imagine if that hit in the class? Oh, Mr. Eric, listen to him. He's talking about us. Yeah, I'm just glad no one shit in their hand and ate it. Oh, fuck. God damn it. It's fucked up. That was probably the most fear I had felt in any type of broadcast since I got fired for making fun of Joel's pants. I was like, oh, no. You are not immune. There are things you can say that can get you in trouble. But now we have a great story. Because nobody got hurt. No, none of the kids heard me make the crack. It's fine. So I still do those games. But those are so much better than this nonsense on the frickin' field at the stupid soccer game. Okay, so nominees for the asshole of the day today are the Minnesota United soccer team. The I should probably get that lady's name. Devin Flanagan. That was the woman at the beginning of the show saying, I'm an AG, I'm an AG. Or Local Pedo. His name is Joshua Gerald Young. So I think you got your work cut out for you when it comes to the asshole of the day, folks in the chat. Who are you voting for? I would probably the Minnesota United. If it were any other day, they probably would get the asshole of the day. But Devin Flanagan probably is the finalist against Gerald Young, Joshua Gerald Young. So vote, as Freeber would say, vote with your heart. Vote with your heart. Okay. I have a lot of sponsors to go over today because outside of the Berlin discussion, I have done none of them. So please pay attention to these. And always remember to mention my name when you call upon my sponsors. TC Paintball at tcpaintballgr.com. We have Paintball War number 25, the September Slaughter, coming up on Saturday, September 6th at 5 p.m. If you want to play paintball with me on Saturday, September 6th, reach out, Eric at ericzaneshow.com to RSVP. Tyler, are you playing? You didn't play last time. Or you can go to my pinned posts on Facebook and respond to the event invite with an RSVP. Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid and EV. ervines.com. Call at 616-532-6600. They have free loaner cars. How about that? They are the best. They service our vehicles here. Frank Fuss from My Policy Shop Insurance. You can find out more information at buyinsurancehere.com. That's buyinsurancehere.com. He can help you out with getting your health care on not Facebook Marketplace, the Marketplace, or Obamacare. Buyinsurancehere.com. Kuiper Tree Care in West Michigan. If you have a fallen tree that you want that cleaned up, tree removal, stump grinding, any type of storm damage cleanup, or tree risk assessment. If it involves a tree, reach out to them. 616-828-8225 for Kuiper Tree Care. Oakland Auto Detail. Follow them on Facebook, Oakland Auto Detail, 3 words. And you can get their videos of the before and after work on the vehicles that they clean. 1 a day is what they do. They did a bang-up job on Pooh Bear's 2022 Accord. Schedule an inside-outside cleaning or perhaps even a ceramic coating application at 616-510-3470. 616-510-3470. Every car has an estimate. Every car is different, so they price it based on the vehicle and the amount of time that they put into it based on what you want done. Already talked about Berlin Raceway, King's Room Barbershop. Thanks to them. Mention again, easy, when you get your hair cut. Northland Drive, Caledonia, and at 821 36th Street. So outstanding. Great group over there. Andy and Colleen, thank you. Thank you, thank you. kingsroom.net for more information. And finally, the realtor of choice on the show is Adam Kasari. He drives the number 9K car with my logo on the roof at Berlin Raceway. He's also a great realtor. 616-914-4061. Call if you're looking to sell your home or you want to buy one. All right. All 3 have solid cases for asshole of the day. David says all of them. Badger says the goalie. Bob says drunks see you next Tuesdays. Maybe we could include Chris Becker, even, for his ridiculous policy. Ridiculous policy about vigilantes. I love those vigilantes. We need more of them. And if something happens to them, who cares? They're vigilantes. And Josh Gerald Young, he's broken. That pedo. Yeah, I think this is an upset. I'm going to make it Devin Flanagan. The 34-year-old assistant attorney general from New Hampshire. And her drunk friend. That is my time. The show is in the books. The Patreon is next. Support me by supporting the Patreon. patreon.com/Eric Zane. That is one of the ways I'm able to keep the roof over my head. I suggest you try it out for 7 days free, especially on a great day like today where we are doing the Big Fraud Wednesday shows. Who Are These Free Beers? And the Ben and Eric Patreon podcast. If not, that's okay too. I just appreciate your support on here, on Twitch. Thank you once again. That's my time. Talk to you later on the Patreon, and bye-bye.